Oh right, Pichu. I forgot. I was like, what character should I play? And I was like, oh wait.
So we're both playing Pirate Pichus, I see. All the time when playing Pichu, I forget that he takes recoil damage from like half of his attacks.
Get off my groove.
Not sorry. So you started watching The Walking Dead?
Yeah.
When did you start watching that?
2 days ago.
Oh, okay.
I'm already on like episode 5 of season 2.
Yeah, I was surprised that like you guys were already so far in. I mean, I don't know how many episodes.
There's only 6 episodes in the first season,
Okay.
and then there's 13 episodes, and then there's there's 13 episodes in the second season, and then every single season up until season 10, there's 16 episodes.
I didn't know there were 10 seasons of that show.
And then there's 11 seasons.
Okay.
But the very last season has like 26.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I haven't met Negan yet, but I think I will soon.
Yeah. Isn't our pants yet? How'd you get into that show? Because it just never struck me as the kind of show that you would go for.
Me and Alex and I were just kind of like scrolling through Netflix, and he was like, "Oh, how about we watch this?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." And it's like he's probably not gonna be all that good.
Oh, okay. You guys are liking it so far?
Yeah, deaths in it, definitely very brutal. Very
yeah,
brutal.
I mean, it's a pretty violent show. It's scary. I remember, like, a long time ago, there used to be, like, this thing called On Demand on TVs, and it was kind of like a built-in streaming service.
I know what On Demand is.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that was.
I used to use it all the time.
Oh yeah, that's right. You like bought some movies on accident. Because yeah, when you were like 2, you would just push buttons on the remote, and you were like trying to like find like Bubble Guppies or something. You were trying to find like some kids show, and instead you rented the movie August Rush. Yeah, we were like, well, Jake rented this movie, so we might as well watch it. So we watched it. Yeah. So one time, I was getting ready for school. Early in the morning, and I was on demand looking for episodes of Ben 10 to watch, and they had a preview they had a preview on the on-demand thing for an episode of The Walking Dead, and it was that exact scene that you guys were actually watching earlier, where the guy's being lowered into the well, and there's a zombie in the well. And I remember seeing that when I was a kid and thinking, that is terrifying. I am never watching that show. And nowadays, I still don't want to watch that show.
Yeah, but I'm probably like the same age as you were.
I just don't do well with scary stuff, you know. I don't like horror content typically. There was this movie Prometheus. And I never even saw the whole thing, but I saw like this one scene where like this little alien like larva thing like got into this guy's spacesuit and like slithered into his mouth, and then like I don't remember exactly what happened next, but I remember as a kid seeing that and being like, that is terrifying, and then I didn't sleep for a week. Stranger Things also really scared me when I first saw it.
Really?
Yeah. Oh wait, Dummy exists, that's right!
Oh, you're right. Thanks for reminding me.
Oh no. Thanks for the reminder. I've been okay with the later seasons of Stranger Things. I don't know why. That's been like the only horror content.
Oh yeah,
that
it's only gonna get scarier. You know that, right?
Yeah, like I mean the whole series, like it just gets scarier as it goes, really. I will say though, I did look away during a bunch of scenes during season 4.
Whenever they were snapping bones.
Yeah, whenever like there were bones snapping or anything, yeah, I was looking away for that.
I was looking at it.
I do not like that. I was like, okay, yeah, this is too much for me. I remember one time I went to see a movie with Dad, and there was a trailer for I think it was It.
Oh, I love that movie.
I hate that movie.
Best horror movie. Final battle, peak.
And there was a trailer for It, there was a jump scare in the trailer, and Dad like was like, "Whoa!" and then he like turned and looked at me and went like, "Wow, yeah, okay, that one got me. Did it get you?" And I was like, I looked at him and I went, "No." Meanwhile, on the inside, I was like, "That's the scariest shit I've ever seen." I'm shitting my pants over here. I'm so scared.
Whenever we were living in that hotel thing, whenever we first moved here,
Yeah.
Dad would go to work, and I would wake up at like 8 o'clock or something, and you were still like, I don't know, sleeping in your room at something at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Not in the morning, like the afternoon.
That makes sense.
And yeah, I don't know. And I would get on the computer or something, and I would start playing like some game or something, but they were like, every single time that I would get on there, for some reason it would show the same ad, and it was showing like it was like a movie ad, and it was like, oh my god, like look at how much movies we have. It was like a streaming thing.
Oh, okay.
And then it was like showing like a bunch of clips from movies and stuff, and then it showed the part of Pennywise like biting off George's arm, and I was looking away, and I literally hid in the bathroom. I was like, no.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not having it. I'm going in there, and I'm gonna start playing some Wii Sports just to get my mind off of it.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but like the bathroom was like so dark. I was like, something is in there, and it's gonna come out and tickle me. I don't know.
Honestly, Wii Sports, it's a cure for any trauma.
Yeah. Do you suffer with any of these? Well, come on down and buy our new Wii Sports game. It will cure anything.
Come on down to Wii Sports Emporium. We got it all. We got boxing. We got tennis. We got baseball. We got golf. We got bowling. And that's it. There was this one thing when I was a kid. Gosh, I can't remember if I've told this story before on the channel, but it was when I was like 4 years old. So this is like one of my earliest memories. I was at Disney World with the rest of the family. And we went, gosh, I think this ride is at Epcot. It's called Mission Mars. And it's basically like a little simulation ride.
Yeah.
So it'll simulate like a rocket takeoff. And the idea is that like you're going to Mars.
Yeah.
Dad made me go on this ride, and granted, I was 4 years old, so you know my capacity for saying no to stuff wasn't the best. Anyways, so I didn't really understand what I was getting into, either way. But Dad made me go on this ride, and we get in, and the ship, the ship has like a thing where it appoints like all the passengers like a role. So there's like the commander, the navigator, and like the the gunner or something.
Yeah.
I was appointed the commander. Me, the 4-year-old, was appointed the commander, who was to be in charge of his like older 6-year-old sister and his father. I made a lousy commander because when the rocket began to take off, quote unquote, I thought that we were actually leaving Earth. In my 4-year-old brain, I thought, oh my gosh, we're going to space. And I was crying my eyes out because I thought, like, we are leaving Earth and I'm never going to see my mom again. And I was just crying the whole time. And, like, Dad was, like, he was trying his hardest, like, get me to stop crying. And he was like, oh, like, look, Michael, like, there's Mars, like, we're gonna land on Mars. We're like, oh, look at that big asteroid, I'm gonna blast it, or whatever, because he was the gunner, I guess. And, just the whole time, I was just, like, inconsolable. Like, just crying, because I thought we were actually leaving Earth. It was so funny in retrospect. but at the time it was it was pretty scary. Oh my gosh. I have not been on Mission Mars since, and I have no desire to go on it again. I actually don't know if it's even still there. Because I think there was, like, some controversy about, like, like...
Fine.
Well, well, sure, but also, like, some people were, like, experiencing, like, motion sickness and, like, you know, other stuff on the ride, so... I don't think anyone's ever died at Disney World. Really?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I know there are some rides that are, like, haunted, but...
Oh, no.
Really?
Hold on. You know, It's a Small World?
Yeah, I know that It's a Small World is haunted, but, like...
No, that's not. I'm not saying haunted. I'm saying people died.
Yeah, well, haunted implies that people died there and that their ghosts are still hanging around.
Yeah,
but
they were.
Anyways, go on.
Yeah, he was cleaning the ride and stuff, like cleaning the tracks or something.
Yeah.
And then it broke and hit him, and then like push him underwater and basically.
Oh, and he drowned?
Yeah. Basically drowned.
I was gonna say, how do you die on It's a Small World? That's like the least dangerous ride at Disney World.
That's like,
you know?
That's like dying on someone. Mount Everest still squeezes the crap out of me. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh yeah, you can feel the G's on that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was like trying to so hard to scream because like Dad was telling me like, hey, if you scream, all of that weird stuff in like your stomach and stuff will just like go away and stuff. And I'm like, oh okay. And then like a really big drop.
Yeah,
part,
I know exactly the one you're talking about.
Yeah, I was trying to scream and the wind was like, I was like pushing my scream back in.
Yeah.
It was like, no, you can't scream, and I was like, I felt like I was dying. I was
Yeah.
like, no.
Yeah.
I was like, it's not letting me scream.
That's another ride that Dad made me go on the first time I went on it, was Mount Everest. I really did not want to go on it because I was well, scared of roller coasters. And I went on it, and I did not like it. But then the last couple times that we've been there, I've gone on it, and I've been like, yeah, that's fun. It's a fun roller coaster. There was a guy who was, one time I was in the front seat on Expedition Everest, and the guy next to me had his phone out and was like filming.
Yeah, and you were like, dude, you might want to put your phone away.
I knew we were about to like fly backwards, and I was like, you might want to put your phone away because if you drop it, it's gone. Like, you are never getting it back. And he was like, okay, so he put his phone away. It was really funny. The last trip we went on, that was, I gave, Aspen, our niece,
Ice cream.
that ice cream cone. Or it wasn't really a cone. It was like on a stick.
Yeah.
But that was so cute.
Yeah, she was...
she was a mess by the end.
Yeah, she was devouring
Yeah,
that.
just like smushing ice cream all over her face. It was really funny.
Yeah, and then the whole time I was like, when are we gonna go? Because we were just sitting there, and I was like, what are we doing?
Oh yeah, that's right. You were like, where are we gonna go? And I was like, Jake, we're watching a baby eat ice cream. What's more entertaining than this? Dad also made me go on the rock and roller coaster.
Oh, yeah.
No thank you. Never again. I did not like that. I don't like roller coasters that go upside down.
I think in Rock and Roller Coaster you barely even notice that you're upside down, though.
Dad told me the exact same thing, and I distinctly remember being on the roller coaster, and when we went upside down, I screamed, Dad, I notice it.
Dad, I notice it!
Yeah, and I was like, gosh, I might have been like around your age when that happened, but yeah, it was really funny. I mean, in retrospect, at the time, I was terrified. You know, this character used to be like top tier. Pichu.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they nerfed them in like one of the really early patches, and then all of the Pichu mains were like, well, guess we're maining someone else.
I had a main once.
You got an up throw and then down B. You're welcome. You have learned. Congratulations.
That I learned really fast.
Yep. Don't jump over this. Dang it, he jumped over it. Yeah, you got it. There you go. Oh. Wait, I was at like 60. Yup. There I go.